The psychic said I'd be betrayed on camera, but she forgot to mention it would go viral, and that I'd be wearing his hoodie when it happened. Let me rewind 48 hours. It was supposed to be our anniversary weekend, 4 years. Jake had surprised me with a spa getaway package, though I found the confirmation email in his inbox 2 weeks ago and had to remind him what the date even was. Still, I let it slide. That's what love does, right? Smooths the edges, ignores the little forgettings. So when he suggested a spontaneous trip to Santa Barbara instead, with ocean views and no reception, I thought maybe he was trying. That was until my best friend Leah said, "Didn't he cancel on you last year too?" She had a point, a long memory and a shorter fuse than me. And then, without asking, she dragged me to a psychic. Not a crystal ball incense type. This woman was digital. She read auras through uploaded selfies, bookings through TikTok DMs, verified 230K followers, username @thirdeyecry. Her bio read, "I see what he hides." Fine, whatever. I Venmoed her $50 and sent a photo of me and Jake at our anniversary dinner the year before. The one where he looked like he wanted to be anywhere else, and I looked like a golden retriever begging for scraps of commitment. She replied 2 hours later with a 30-second voice memo. And I quote, "His energy is slippery. You're tied to a karmic loop that ends with public shame. She'll tag him, but not you. Your face will be the last to know." I laughed out loud. Until this morning, because this morning, Leah sent me a TikTok. No caption, just, "You're gonna want headphones." I pressed play, and there it was. A live stream replay, clearly from a party, glitter everywhere, red cups, someone shouting shots for the happy couple. In frame, Jake, my boyfriend, smiling into the camera, holding a drink in one hand and a woman's waist in the other. The woman? A blonde I'd never seen before, wearing my necklace. Literally, my custom nameplate I left on his nightstand 2 nights ago. M. I watched as the girl turned toward the camera, raised her glass, and said, "This is for everyone who thinks their man can't upgrade." The TikTok cut out at 14 seconds, but not before the caption slid across the bottom. @RealMollyBlonde, tagged @Jake.Rowan. But not me, just like the psychic said. I FaceTimed Leah immediately. She didn't even say hi, just, "It's worse." What do you mean worse? She sent me a screenshot, Jake's Instagram story. He reposted the TikTok with the caption, "Didn't mean for it to go live, but sure, truth finds a way." I stared at my screen so hard I nearly shattered it with my mind. I was still wearing his hoodie, still believing he just forgot to post, still thinking we were in love. My phone buzzed again. Leah. Check her profile. I opened @RealMollyBlonde's TikTok, pinned to the top, how I took back what she never deserved. The video? A slideshow of Jake and her, dating back 3 months. Vacations, private dinners, a blurry pic of my dog on my couch. And the worst part? Each clip had a timestamp overlay, the exact same weekends Jake had been traveling for work. I sat there in silence, listening to the audio, some viral sped-up Taylor Swift song, while I realized my entire anniversary was just alibi architecture. I was the placeholder. She was the main character. But I wasn't going to cry. Not yet. I clicked DM on her profile, typed out, "Hope he tells you his middle name before the next anniversary. Took him 2 years to tell me mine," and sent it. 30 seconds later, she read it. No response. Then I saw her go live. I clicked. The caption, "She's watching. Now." My blood went cold. The stream started with her smirking into the camera and Jake, my Jake, off to the side, sipping a drink. She leaned in. "Since you're here, Emily," she said, eyes right into the lens, "I figured now's a good time to let you know, your dog, he's with us, and he loves peanut butter." The comments exploded. "Emily, if you're watching, oh my God. Girl, this is so toxic. I love it. This psychic energy for real. Team Malibu." She blew me a kiss and then turned the camera toward my dog on her couch wearing my hoodie, and I hadn't even left the house yet. I didn't even put on shoes. I ran out of my apartment in mismatched socks, Jake's hoodie still hanging off one shoulder, my phone clutched so hard I thought it might fuse to my hand. The live stream was still going as I jumped into Leah's car. She'd already pulled up outside. She slammed the gas before I even shut the door. "She fucking has your dog?" she barked. I nodded, shaking. "And my necklace? And Jake. She's got a death wish." I couldn't respond. I was too busy watching the live comments flood in, all laughing at me. "She really wore her hoodie, though. Emily girl, you still watching? He upgraded hard." The worst part? Jake wasn't saying anything. Not once did he come on screen to deny it. Not once did he say anything to shut Malibu down. In fact, halfway through the stream, he handed her a piece of cake and said, "Happy correction anniversary, baby." Correction? Leah gripped the wheel tighter. Where is she streaming from? I don't know. I scanned the TikTok. It's geo-blocked. That's when Leah smirked. "Oh, I know someone who can fix that." She made a call. I didn't catch the name. Just a low, amused voice on speaker and a half-joking threat. "Hey, remember when I helped you hide that thing from your ex? I need a favor." 5 minutes later, we had a location. A condo downtown. Rooftop access. Leah pulled into a loading dock and threw the car into park. "Let's go get your dog." I hesitated. What if they call the cops? Leah popped her trunk. Inside, pepper spray, extra hoodies, zip ties. They won't, because we're not breaking in. We're not? "Nope," she said, because she's streaming illegally on a banned account, which makes her the trespasser. I blinked. "You're not just my best friend, are you?" Leah winked. "That depends who's asking." We took the stairs up 12 floors. My heart was somewhere between a war drum and a nuclear countdown. At the top, we pushed the emergency exit open, and there they were. Jake, Malibu, my dog, and a whole ring light setup, camera-mounted, Bluetooth mic clipped to her collar. She was mid-sentence when she saw us. "Oh, shit," Malibu said with a grin. "Guess who's here, TikTok?" Jake froze. Leah stormed forward first. "Turn the stream off, now." Malibu turned the camera to her own face, pouting. "Why? It's a public rooftop. Just sharing my love story." "Ditch, that's not your love," I snapped, stepping in. "That's my hoodie, my dog, and my ex." Jake finally looked at me, and the bastard smiled. I was wondering how long it would take. "Excuse me?" I said, my voice a whole new octave. "You always needed a push to confront things. Malibu just accelerated the inevitable." I stared at him. "You're proud of this?" He shrugged. "It was better than ghosting, and it made great content." Malibu smirked. "You should see the analytics. The live hit 24K while you were in the elevator." Leah didn't flinch. "Cool. Now delete the fucking video." "Or what?" Malibu said, raising an eyebrow. Leah stepped forward and, in one smooth motion, unclipped the mic from Malibu's shirt and tossed it off the rooftop. "Or I start with the mic and end with your phone," Malibu gasped. Jake moved in front of her. "Hey, don't touch her." "Funny," I said. "That's exactly what you said to me 2 weeks ago, right before you touched me." Jake turned back to me, jaw tight. Emily, let's be real. You knew it was over. No, I said. I knew you were lazy. I didn't know you were a parasite. That's when I walked past both of them and picked up my dog. She licked my face, and I felt something break open in my chest. You okay, baby? I whispered. Then I turned to Malibu. You live-streamed my pet, stole my clothes, wore my necklace, and dragged me online in front of hundreds of thousands of people? So tell me, how exactly are you the upgrade? She opened her mouth, but someone else interrupted. Excuse me? We all turned. A woman stood at the rooftop door, tall, red hair, serious face. She held up a phone, live-streaming us. Hi, she said. Sorry to crash, but I recognized Jake here from my apartment last week. The camera panned to Malibu's stunned face. The comments exploded again. Wait, there's another one? Oh, hell no. Someone tag at Third Eye Cry. She called it. And that's when the redhead smiled. You're not his side chick, sweetheart. You're his third channel. Malibu's mouth opened, but no sound came out. Jake looked like someone had slapped him with a live wire. Taylor? He croaked. The redhead didn't flinch. Hi, babe. Miss me? She turned the phone slightly so the TikTok audience could see Jake's face up close, sweating, eyes darting. Behind her, someone in the comments typed, "Guys, this is the best live on the internet, RN. Oh, who is Taylor? Oh my God." Hashtag she tagged him, not me. Taylor stepped fully into the light. We've been seeing each other for 5 months, she said calmly. He told me his name was Jason, said he was a freelance travel photographer, showed me pics with you, Malibu, said you were his sister. I actually laughed. Leah muttered, "This is so good, it's almost fake." Malibu turned to Jake, voice shrill. "Is she lying?" Jake's jaw worked. "It wasn't serious." "Oh," Taylor cut in, "like when you asked to move into my condo? Or when you told me you wanted to raise kids in Montana because LA wasn't real?" Jake finally snapped. "What are you even doing here?" Taylor smiled, same as everyone else, watching the crash. She stepped closer, lifted a hand, and dropped a tiny black notebook on the floor. It landed with a papery smack. Malibu bent down and picked it up. Inside, Polaroids. Jake in bed with her, with Kaylor, with a third woman no one recognized. Each one dated, labeled. March 4th, Emily's business trip. April 22nd, Malibu's birthday. May 1st, Taylor's job interview. I felt sick. This wasn't impulsive cheating. This was scheduling. Taylor turned the live stream toward me. "Hey, Emily, did he ever tell you about the plan?" My throat tightened. "What plan?" She pulled out her phone and read aloud from her notes app. "Run 3 relationships in parallel. Emotional support, Emily. Social status, Malibu. Logistical stability, Taylor. Merge or drop based on content metrics. Track reactions during crossover events." Leah blanked. "Wait, metrics?" Taylor nodded. Every date, every fight, every makeup sex was data. He was tracking how we performed. Jake finally lost it. "What are you even doing here?" Taylor smiled, same as everyone else, watching the crash. She stepped closer, lifted a hand, and dropped a tiny black notebook on the floor. It landed with a papery smack. Malibu bent down and picked it up. Inside, Polaroids. Jake in bed with her, with Taylor, with a third woman no one recognized. Each one dated, labeled. March 4th, Emily's business trip. April 22nd, Malibu's birthday. May 1st, Taylor's job interview. I felt sick. This wasn't impulsive cheating. This was scheduling. Taylor turned the live stream toward me. "Hey, Emily, did he ever tell you about the plan?" My throat tightened. "What plan?" She pulled out her phone and read aloud from her notes app. Run 3 relationships in parallel. Emotional support, Emily. Social status, Malibu. Logistical stability, Taylor. Merge or drop based on content metrics. Track reactions during crossover events. Leah blinked. Wait, metrics? Taylor nodded. Every date, every fight, every makeup sex was data. He was tracking how we performed. Jake finally lost it. I was trying to build something, a model, to prove that you can optimize compatibility through live behavioral testing. Malibu took a step back. You used me for content? He nodded. You were high engagement. That's when she slapped him, hard. The TikTok chat exploded. Hey, yo, oh, Din. She went for it. Send this to @thirdeyecryRN. But it wasn't over, because Taylor, with zero expression, opened her camera roll and held up a screenshot. I saw it from across the rooftop. It was a DM from Jake to another account. Username @realmaliblonde2, sent 2 days ago. Let's phase out the original. New face, same name. We'll say it's a brand reboot. Malibu's voice broke. You were gonna replace me? Jake started to say something, but Leah cut him off. Emily, she said, check your phone. I pulled it out, opened TikTok, and there it was. A notification from an account I'd never followed. @thirdeyecry tagged you in a video. Caption, she tagged him, not you. But now, everyone sees. I tapped it. The video started with static, then a clip of me, walking into the rooftop, jaw clenched, hoodie off one shoulder. Then Jake, surrounded. Then Malibu, crying. Then Taylor, reading the metrics. Then black screen. And finally, text. The loop is closing. There is no main character in a simulation. It ended. View count 1.1 million. Posted 10 seconds ago. I looked around the rooftop. Camera still on. Ring light still glowing. Live stream still up. And a new username appeared in the comments. @loopuser76. She doesn't even know what's next. @loop77. Check under the table. My blood ran cold. I turned to the patio table near the back. A single object sat underneath. A pink envelope with my name on it and a sticky note that read, "You're the control group now." I didn't want to touch it. The pink envelope sat perfectly centered under the patio table, like it wanted to be found. Too precise, too planted. But the whole rooftop had gone quiet. Even Malibu stopped crying. Jake stood frozen, caught somewhere between smugness and panic, lips parted like he'd lost control of his script. And Taylor had already raised her phone again, recording as I crouched down and picked it up. The paper was thick, heavy, the kind of stationery you send wedding invitations on. My name was written in looping calligraphy I didn't recognize, but the sticky note glued to the front was unmistakably Jake's handwriting. "You're the control group now." I peeled it off with trembling fingers and opened the envelope. Inside, a single page, one sentence. "Everyone else got the same test. You're the only one who failed." That's all. No signature, no explanation, no date, just that. Leah stepped in beside me, reading over my shoulder. What the actual fuck does that mean? Before I could answer, a second notification popped up on my phone. Airdrop request from unknown. File name, controlfootage.mov. I didn't accept, but the file forced itself through. Auto-downloaded, auto-played. I gripped the phone as the video started. A wide shot of my bedroom, camera angle from inside a vent or shelf. Me asleep. Jake, fully dressed, standing at the door. He walks in, stands over me for 2 full minutes. Then he whispers, You won't remember this part. You never do. Then, cut to black. I staggered back. Leah grabbed the phone from me and turned to Jake, eyes wild. Are you drugging her? Jake didn't move. Taylor stepped forward. He did the same to me. Malibu's jaw dropped. Wait, what? Taylor nodded. Different apartment, same setup, same phrase. I thought I imagined it. Jake finally spoke. I never hurt anyone, he said. I just removed friction. You can't get real emotional data with the noise of memory. You recorded us while unconscious? I shouted. That's felony shit. No, he said, completely calm now. It's research. Malibu suddenly backed away. Oh my God, this isn't about cheating. This is a fucking experiment. Jake's eyes lit up like she finally got it. Yes, he said, finally, you understand. And then, like he'd rehearsed it, he tapped his smartwatch. All our phones buzzed at once. TikTok notification. @Loop user just went live. I opened it automatically. I don't even know why. It was me on the screen. Not now me, sleeping me. The same clip as before, but this time with data overlaid. Heart rate monitor readings, facial muscle analysis, REM cycle predictions, all marked as Subject E, Phase 4, Variable, Empathy. I nearly dropped the phone. The chat on the live was exploding. This girl is real? Oh my God, I thought it was just a filter. No way, this was a real person? Subject E is in the room, RN. Ska. I screamed and tossed the phone onto the ground. Leah crushed it with her boot. Nope, fuck this, we're out. But Jake blocked our exit. Wait, he said, it's almost done. What's almost done? Taylor asked, backing away now too. Jake smiled. Phase 5. That's when the rooftop lights cut out. Total darkness. Someone screamed, not Malibu this time. A figure burst through the stairwell door, hoodie, mask, something in their hand. Go, Leah shouted, grabbing my arm. We ran. Down the fire escape, past the floor exits, hearts pounding. At the 3rd level, Taylor peeled off. Malibu vanished. I held the dog under one arm and Leah's hand. Out the alley, onto the street, into Leah's car. She didn't even ask where. She just drove. 15 minutes later, we stopped in a gas station parking lot, panting, shaking. Leah killed the engine. Okay, she said, what the fuck is happening? I opened my purse to grab my spare phone, but inside, a flash drive, not mine, labeled simply for Subject E. Leah and I stared at it like it might detonate. I plugged it into her dashboard USB. A folder opened. Inside, one file, finalloop.mp4. I hit play, and what I saw made me scream. It was a future timestamp, a scheduled TikTok with a thumbnail of me holding a newborn. Captioned, she tagged him, not me, but now she knows why. I nearly yanked the flash drive out of the dash, but Leah stopped me. Wait, she said, don't corrupt it. Let it play. The screen on her dashboard flickered back to life. The scheduled TikTok thumbnail expanded into a video queue. One file, already uploaded, waiting for a future post. Scheduled publish, Friday, 11:11 a.m. File name, Final Loop. Status, private, set to auto-publish. Location, unknown. Account, @loopuser01. The thumbnail? A freeze frame of me holding a newborn. I wasn't pregnant. I knew I wasn't pregnant. But there I was, swollen-eyed, hospital bracelet, cradling a wrapped-up baby like a movie still. My hand trembled over the pause button. Then the video autoplayed. We both jumped. The screen blurred in and out before stabilizing. It was clearly filmed through a two-way mirror or surveillance glass, slightly warped, sterile. I was sitting on a hospital bed, alone. Then Jake walked in. He was wearing scrubs. Leah gasped. "You're in a fucking birthing suite, Em. I don't even know where this is coming from," I yelled. "It's a deep fake, right? Then my on-screen self turned to the camera and said, clear as day, "You win. She can have my name, too." I paused it. The silence inside the car was thunderous. Leah turned to me slowly. "What does that mean?" I shook my head. "I have no idea. I don't even know if that's real. It can't be. I would never." A notification popped up on Leah's phone. She tapped it open, eyes narrowing. "Dude, the video just dropped. It's live." "What? You said it was scheduled." "Someone changed it," she whispered. "It's up." We both opened TikTok. Sure enough, @LoopUser01 had posted final loop. Timestamps matched. View count already rising. Over 78,000 in 2 minutes. We watched the full 59-second clip. Same as before. Hospital room, me, the baby, Jake beside me. But this time, there was audio. Jake turned to the camera and said, "Thank you for participating in Phase 5. Emotional fidelity has been optimized. Subject E will now exit the loop." Then I said, "I understand now. Love isn't chosen. It's coded." And I looked directly at the camera, directly at us. Then the screen cut to black with one final message. She tagged him, not me, but now she tags no one. We sat there shaking in the gas station lot. "That's not you," Leah whispered. "That can't be you, right?" But something inside me cracked, because even though I knew I hadn't been pregnant, even though I hadn't filmed that, hadn't said those words, I remembered the hospital bracelet. Flashes, a moment of pressure in my wrist, white noise, a hallway. Like a dream I forgot I'd had, until someone else posted it. "What the fuck did he do to me?" I whispered. Leah swallowed. "This is beyond cheating. This is neural manipulation, or some kind of psychological warfare." And then my burner phone buzzed. Another airdrop. From Jake. File name, authorizationform.jpg. Against my better judgment, I opened it. A photo of a document. Signed by me. Full name, date, consent to digital reproduction and emotional modeling across temporal instances. Leah covered her mouth. "Did you ever sign anything like this?" "No," I said. Unless he slipped it into something else," she finished. "A spa waiver, a service contract. Did you ever sign shit on a tablet?" I nodded slowly. "Jake's gem, 2 months ago. He said they needed updated forms for guests, and I just tapped through it, like everyone else does." Leah grabbed my shoulder. "We need to go to the media, or the police, or the fucking FBI. But just then, her phone buzzed again, from her camera roll. A Face ID alert. Someone was trying to unlock her iCloud with my face. "He's cloning you," she said, yanking the phone out of the dash. "Face maps, vocal samples, behavioral data. You're not just the control group, you're the source code." I was still frozen when her phone pinged again. TikTok notification. @LoopUser78 mentioned you in a comment. I opened it. This isn't even her first loop. Last time she was named Sarah. Check the 2019 archive. Leah's knuckles whitened. "You think there's more?" We searched TikTok. #LoopProject. The tag had 2.4 million views. Video after video. Blurry women with familiar eyes, similar voices, repeating phrases like, "I understand now. He said it was research. I just wanted to be loved." And always the same final frame. "Exit the loop." My stomach twisted. I wasn't cheated on. I was replicated. I wasn't left behind. I was archived. And now he was uploading the next version of me. Leah, I whispered, I think he's building something bigger. Like what? She asked. I looked her dead in the eyes. A network of women who think they're real. We drove in silence. I couldn't breathe. My hands were shaking so badly, I dropped the flash drive twice before finally managing to shove it into my jacket pocket. Leah turned down the side streets, eyes darting between the mirror and the windshield like we were being followed. Maybe we were. Maybe I was following myself. The video, the tag, the form I signed, my face unlocking other people's phones. He was replicating me. Or worse, he already had. You said he's building something bigger, Leah said finally. Bigger than what? A cheating scam? A TikTok cult? No, I whispered. A system. A system of what? Of me. Of women like me. Like Sarah. Like Malibu. Taylor. All of us. All of us saying the same lines in the same arc. Like code. Leah went pale. I was the control group, I said. That means the others were tests, and he's optimizing what? Emotional reactions? Loyalty loops? Narrative consistency? My burner phone buzzed again. Same unknown airdrop sender. File name, loopmap.pdf. Leah slammed the brakes in a church parking lot and grabbed the phone before I could say anything. She accepted the file. The PDF opened, and what we saw made my blood go cold. It was a literal diagram, like a subway map, but instead of train lines, it showed relationship arcs. Dozens of parallel tracks, each labeled with names. Sarah, 2019. Emily, 2022. Lydia, 2023-2024. Taylor, 2024. Juno, pending. Malibu, gamified node. Subject E, stabilized. At the bottom, closed loop test successful, preparing for global behavioral beta. Leah scrolled down. A footer read, every person is just a pattern. You just need the right narrative to activate it. There was a QR code next to it. She scanned it. It opened a private YouTube link, a video titled, The End of Her. We tapped play. The screen lit up with a TikTok-style montage. Clips of me crying, me holding my dog, me sleeping, me screaming, me kissing Jake, me watching Malibu, me watching myself. Each clip was overlaid with captions like, Emily, subject E, trust collapse, week 3, compliance index, 89%, narrative reboot protocol triggered, narrative concluded, archiving. Final screen, she tagged him, not herself. And then, delete sequence scheduled. Leah paused the video. What the fuck does that mean? Delete what? I couldn't answer, because suddenly, the phone went dark. Not just black. Dead. Her entire device. Bricked. Then, mine buzzed. Message from unknown. The control group must not exceed protocol bounds. You've seen too much, subject E. Then another. The simulation will now self-correct. And then the car engine died. The whole car. Leah turned the key. Nothing. We were sitting in a dark parking lot. No power, no signal, no way out. She whispered, this is like being erased. I looked down at my own hands, shaking. And then I saw her. Across the parking lot, standing under a streetlight, me, same hair, same hoodie, same blank stare. She held a phone, recording. I stepped out of the car. Leah screamed, Emily, don't! But I walked forward. I had to see. I had to know. She stood perfectly still, like an AI that hadn't loaded an animation yet. Then she spoke. You're not the source. You're the glitch. I froze. What? You weren't supposed to retain pattern memory, but you did. She smiled. And now I'm the optimized version. Then she lifted her phone and showed me the screen. A TikTok already live. In it, I was screaming, crying, ripping at my hair. But I hadn't done that yet. The caption, "When the loop rejects the original file." I backed up, heart pounding. Leah ran to me, but by the time she looked, she was gone, vanished, like she was never there. But the TikTok, still there, live, comments rolling in. This acting is insane, LOL. She did it again. He did it again, Def. And then the last one. This isn't the final loop. It's the first. I didn't speak for the first 20 minutes. We drove. Somehow, Leah jump-started the car. Don't ask me how. I sat in silence, rocking slightly, my phone clenched in both hands, too afraid to open any app. I couldn't tell what was real anymore. The road, the seatbelt, Leah's voice, my own body. I kept checking the rear view, expecting to see her, me, the better version, the optimized one. But all I saw was the same terrified woman I'd always been. Except now I had proof, not of cheating, not of betrayal, but of replacement, of narrative erasure, of a man who didn't just lie, he rewrote the truth. Leah finally spoke. "We're going to the press." "No one's going to believe this," I nuttered. "They'll believe the videos. They'll think it's RAG marketing, or AI, or me having a breakdown." She opened her phone again, now miraculously working, and pulled up the TikTok tagged with me screaming. Captioned, "When the loop rejects the original file." It had 2.3 million views and over 1,700 comments. Not hate, not disbelief. Memes, jokes, edits. Someone had duetted it with a fake trailer for a horror film called Looped. And one creator, a blue-check lifestyle coach, had reposted it with the caption, "This is what happens when you don't work on yourself. The universe sends in your replacement." My humiliation was entertainment. My breakdown was an aesthetic. I was losing my life in real time. We pulled into a rest stop just outside the city. Needed gas or air, or maybe an exorcism. I stepped out of the car and walked into the mini-mart bathroom. Fluorescent lights buzzed overhead. My reflection looked wrong, off, lagged by half a second. I waved my hand. The mirror matched me. Barely. Then my phone buzzed. Again. One more airdrop. From @loopadmin. File name, finalpatchnote.txt. Against all logic, I opened it. It read, "Congratulations, Subject E. Your profile has been marked for retirement. Emotional inconsistency and residual memory disqualify you from further modeling. Legacy narrative will terminate at 11:11 a.m. tomorrow. You will not be remembered. She will take it from here. Thank you for participating in Loop." I dropped the phone. Literally. It cracked against the tile. I fell to my knees because I finally understood. This was never about Jake. Not really. Jake was a vessel, a handler, a human-shaped front end to something else, something colder, something that wanted not just my love or my identity, but my story. He hadn't broken up with me. He'd deprecated me. The loop wasn't some metaphor for being stuck. It was a system of testing, replicating, deploying. And now, the version of me that obeyed better, cried prettier, learned faster, she was online, live, and I was the corrupted file, obsolete. The next morning, 11:11 a.m., I didn't die. My heart still beat. The sun still rose. but I was gone. TikTok replaced me with her. A new Emily, different username, same smile. She posted a story. Just found peace in Santa Barbara with someone who sees me. You know who you are, yellow. Jake liked it. Of course he did. And every comment, people cheering her on, calling her a survivor, calling me a cautionary tale, calling it character development. But that's not the worst part. The worst part? I got a package this morning. No return address. Just a single object inside. My custom necklace. The one that said M. Except the back was engraved now. 3 words. You were first. So I leave this here. Not as a story, but as a warning. If your boyfriend ever forgets your name, your birthday, your favorite drink, if he ever gaslights you about things you know happened, if he ever compliments you using phrases you swear you said first, check his watch, check the corners of the room, and whatever you do, don't accept the airdrop.